there's a lot of fear out there. There's a whole lot of fear about what comes next. I mean, you got Matt Gaetz. Well, let me tell you, there's more on the way. You ain't seen nothing yet. In fact, I have a feeling that some of these appointments are going to cause some people to actually pack up and leave D.C. before these guys even get in. Here's one example. Are you familiar with Kash Patel?
You need a 24/7 declassification office.
It's worth taking a look at this because Kash Patel is in line for the FBI job. Freaked out by this. They're freaked out by all of it. You know, it would just kind of implode in real time. And so they're like, we can't believe this happened. Like, we just cannot believe this happened. Incidentally, we just got another appointment in. I want to share with you my friend Doug Collins, Representative Doug Collins. He actually has a show that is also on Salem with me, and I've known him for many, many years. He's just a terrific guy, and he has just been named as head of Veterans Affairs. So he will be the Secretary for Veterans Affairs, Congressman, no longer Congressman, but Representative Doug Collins. So that's great news. Listen, all this stuff is coming in real time. It's very interesting to see. We know, of course, that this guy, one RFK, has just been announced. Let me put the announcement up as head of the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. For too long, Americans have been crushed by the industrial food complex, he writes, and drug companies who have engaged in deception, misinformation, and disinformation when it comes to public health. The safety and health of all Americans is the most important role of any administration, and HHS will play a big role, etc. You know, of course, that he's considered quite controversial for his stances on vaccines, etc. And so this is something that's not exactly welcomed by the pharmaceutical community. And as such, what happened today? A lot of those big pharma stocks are sort of feeling the shock. It's sort of surprising that it takes this long to catch up with them, but you know, maybe they were just too optimistic
so that's
about
the way
things.
He thinks about things. He doesn't care what you believe. He doesn't care what your ideology is. He's going to make the decision himself. And I've been so impressed with that. It's completely changed my opinion of who he is and really convinced me that this guy that I had such contempt for, such disdain for, is actually, you know, a really extraordinary leader, that he could be one of the great presidents in history.
Wow. Okay, thank you for that.
Wow, wouldn't that be great? So he could go down as a really, really great leader. Look, so much could go so right and so much could go so wrong, but I think Americans had just had it, right? They got to the point where they were willing to roll the dice on someone that was as high beta, is as high beta as Donald Trump, because they realized we kind of need to break this whole darn thing up. And we've got this opportunity.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas,